Hi guys. Is TRT cheating? Do people need testosterone injections to help them lose fat, gain muscle, fix their sex drive, get their libido back, and everybody wants you to buy their product? So I've had a couple comments on some of my videos about my TRT use. I've also made a couple videos one on the symptoms of low T and the other one on the benefits of testosterone replacement therapy. So obviously I'm a huge proponent of HRT, hormone replacement therapy, primarily testosterone replacement therapy. So today I'm going to tell you what I take, my protocol, along with the over-the-counter supplements that I take in order to help facilitate my TRT. And also what I do that TRT doesn't really affect, or it does affect, but the discipline and the consistency and the working out 6 days a week and the following a very strict diet has nothing to do with TRT. TRT makes it possible. It lays the foundation because I had a deficiency, but you still have to do all the work when you're on it. So, disclaimer, I am not a doctor. I am not a scientist. This is not medical advice. This is me, a fitness enthusiast, former fat guy, who wants to tell you what I do. This is my personal experience and this is what works for me. I hope it works for you. If you get something out of it, great. That's what I always am looking for. That's why I do this. But I just needed to get that out of the way. My protocol, I take 200 milligrams of testosterone cypionate. I'm taking it 3 times a week right now. When I first was prescribed TRT, it was 1 injection, 1 time a week, all 200 milligrams. Along with something called anastrozole, which is an aromatase inhibitor, which that keeps your estrogen from spiking too much. If you take a lot of testosterone, if you get a lot of testosterone in your system all at once, it's going to want to turn some of that into estrogen. If it's a lot of testosterone, it'll give you a lot of estrogen. That's how you get side effects. That's how you get boobs and you cry and cat videos and things like that. So did that protocol for like a year and a half, 200 milligrams once a week. Didn't really see any issues. The only side effect I talk about in the benefits of TRT video, I talk about the sides, some body acne. My back breaks out on it. That's oily skin and a little bit of a breakout. Nothing that I can't deal with, and no really adverse side effects. Like my hematocrit's been fine. My blood work always looks good. My cholesterol is actually very low. So been some really good benefits of it. 200 milligrams, 3 times a week now. I split it up, and that's in order to stop taking the aromatase inhibitor. And again, no sides. I really haven't noticed anything detrimental from being on it. Just awesomeness. Increased muscle mass, decreased body fat, sex drive through the roof, way more energy, way more focus, way more motivation. It's a life-changing product if you need it. Now, am I taking replacement levels? No, I'm taking what's known as an optimized level, right? So I was around 300, 380 was to be exact, was the lowest reading that I got from my blood work. And now I'm running about 1,050. So quite a bit of a difference. I'm on the upper end of the scale. I'm at the very top of the scale, to tell you the truth. But I feel incredible. Like it makes you want to work out 6 days a week. It makes you want to follow a strict diet. I don't go too far into the benefits of it. I'm supposed to just be going over my protocols, but that's what I take. That's good stuff. What else do I take with that? So I am taking a peptide. I take tesamorelin. So tesamorelin is what they call a growth hormone secretagogue. And that is a peptide that sends a signal to your pituitary gland that says, make more growth hormone. Just squeezes it out of there like a sponge, boom. Growth hormone goes down into your liver and turns into IGF-1, insulin-like growth factor 1. IGF-1 is actually what repairs your muscles, what like the youthful, not reverse aging, but like the longevity side of it, the quicker recovery, the better sleep. I will say this, my sleep is fucked and it doesn't work. The sleep thing is the one thing that I've never seen work, but tesamorelin is FDA approved to attack visceral fat. It was originally developed in the 80s because there was a drug that AIDS patients had to take or were prescribed. I don't know why they were taking it, but it was prescribed and it caused visceral fat. So they were getting visceral fat. Visceral fat is the nasty fat that goes around your organs inside of your body, not subcutaneous fat, not the fat off of your skin, but actually down around your organs. And visceral fat is the most dangerous kind of fat. It raises all your markers bad. Tesamorelin was shown to attack that. Now, that's how it got FDA approval. The other growth hormone secretagogues could do the same thing. They just didn't go through an approval process for that back in the 80s. So I'm not a scientist. I do this for fun, but there are a lot of what they call secretagogues, the morelins, that do this growth hormone releasing hormone peptide action. Ipamorelin increases the intensity of the pulse. Tesamorelin, I think, is more like the duration, like you get a longer pulse on it. Samorelin, which is Samorelin I took for the first year and a half that I was on TRT, and it is very mild. It's a lot milder than any of the other ones. And I really liked it. I actually liked the way it felt on it. It just made me feel good. It's hard to explain, but I didn't lose as much weight. I will say, when I got on tesamorelin, that's when I got really lean. So I think it has a lot to do with leaning out and telling your body to use body fat for energy and retain muscle. It's somewhere in that signal, it seems to work really well. I didn't see striations in my shoulder. I didn't see really good cuts in my triceps until I got on tesamorelin, and then 4 weeks into it, I was like, wow, this stuff's working really well. So big fan of it. I will say this, it's fucking expensive. The first 6 months was like $3,800. I go through a clinic for everything, so I actually pay probably way more than people can find. I see a lot of research stuff and stuff on the gray market, and it's all over online. All these people are like, I got a peptide connection to get you this and this and this, and I don't do that. I use my clinic. I'll pay more money. I'll use a compounding pharmacy. I know what I'm getting. I know what I'm getting. It's worth the extra expense. And honestly, if you were doing something that was life-saving, you wouldn't bulk at it. If you had cancer and they're like, your treatment's gonna cost you $10,000 a year, you'd be like, okay, but I won't have cancer, let's do it. So it's the same thing. My life is infinitely more healthy than it was before. It's worth the expense. So if you need to do it cheaper, find ways to do it cheaper. There's a ton of stuff on the internet about that, but I just go through my clinic and it's a phone call. It's actually super easy, just costs more. The common stuff. What are the daily things that I take that you see ads for all over online and magazines and radio, that supplementation. So the first thing about supplementation is it is supplementation. The very best thing you can do is eat whole food and get lots of sleep. That's the very best thing you can do. If you are really struggling to get your protein, I highly recommend protein shakes. I take 1 to 2 shakes a day because I can't hit 200 grams of protein just off whole food. It's way too hard. So I supplement it with protein shakes. So protein shakes, typically whey protein, although casein is really good for slower digestion. If you take whey protein, you digest it really fast. You process it really fast. It doesn't do much for satiating you or staving off your hunger. But if you get a casein blend, and one of the brands that I use is both, it's whey and casein, then it is a little bit more foody. It takes a little bit longer to digest. Casein is slower digesting, so you will feel a little bit fuller off of it. Also, if you use protein powders for cooking, and I do, I make my magic bars, my magic cereal bars, cheesecakes, a couple other some brownies and some other cookies that I make, high protein stuff, muffins. I'll use the casein. Casein is way better in cooking. Whey will just dry it out. It actually tastes really, it's hard to swallow. It doesn't actually taste dry in your mouth, but it just, I don't know, it doesn't break down like casein does. It feels like a dryness to me. The texture's off when it's just whey. So I use both. Creatine monohydrate. I take 20 grams of creatine monohydrate a day. Some people can get gastrointestinal distress from it. I don't, so I just take it all at once. I put it in my pre-workout. My pre-workout has 5 grams. I put another 15 grams. I just buy a bulk, this big bag of it. It's odorless and tasteless. It's a little bit gritty, but it's fine if you just shake it up. And you only need 5 grams for exercise, resistance training, the benefits to your muscles. Some of the benefits: you'll get stronger, a little bit stronger. It will take your water, you retain a little bit of water on it. Now that doesn't mean you get all bloated and you get like all swollen and fucked up. It actually drives water into your muscle cells. So the belly of the muscle is gonna be fuller. It will give you a fuller, rounder look, which is kind of what you want. And also, if you just start taking it for a while, you get used to, like, say it's 2 to 3 pounds, you're gonna just have that extra 2 to 3 pounds, but it's on your frame. And again, it's not, you're not bloated. You don't have like an extra 2 pounds in front of your gut. It's just overall, it increases your how much water you retain in a good way. So that's 5 grams. The other 15 grams that I take is for cognitive benefits. So there's been a lot of studies saying that if you jump it up from 5 to about 15 to 20, you will see cognitive benefits. Memory, thought processing, remembering words, being able to differentiate between reps and sets. Still working on that one. Sleep deprivation. People with sleep deprivation have shown no cognitive decline on 15 grams of creatine monohydrate. There's another form of creatine, I always forget the name of it, it's HDL. It's supposed to be easier on the gut, and you can take it. It's way more expensive. Creatine monohydrate is really cheap. You shouldn't pay a lot of money for it. It's really common. You also can get it from beef. So it is a natural food supplement. It is the most studied supplement in the fitness industry. You can find out all kinds of information on it. Just Google that shit. And if you need more information than what I'm saying. But I take it every day. I've been taking it every day for a couple years now, and it's great. I don't necessarily notice when I don't take it, but pretty much I take it all the time, so it's kind of in there. Vitamin D3, 4,000 IUs a day. That's 2,000 IU, international units. I don't know how many milligrams that is, but it's 2 capsules of vitamin D3 every day. When my first blood work, had my vitamin D around 19, 20, and it's supposed to be around 40. So it was half of what it needed to be. I was very deficient in it. Last time I got checked, it was like 48. So it's well where it is. Go outside, get some sun. I've been getting some sun this summer. So you get it from sunlight, but I live in the Pacific Northwest and we get these gray, rainy winters. And so I take it every day. So it helps your immune function. It actually is a hormone, so it will work hand in hand with testosterone to help you in your getting lean, building muscle endeavors. It helps your immune function, helps your cognitive function. There are vitamin D receptors throughout your entire body, and it's a very essential vitamin for everybody. Everybody should be taking it. I will preach this daily. If you're deficient in vitamin D, and you don't do anything else, but you start taking that, you will feel a night and day difference. Your mood, your brain fog, like a lot of the TRT stuff has vitamin D is kind of right there with it. So it's just like this big boost that happened with both of them. It was pretty amazing. I take fish oil every day. I take a Super B that has a little bit of C with it. I take an iron. So I take it's a natural food product iron supplement. And the reason I take an iron supplement is because I give blood. I give blood because I'm O negative, and the Red Cross is always asking me to give blood. So I do Power Reds, which is double red donation, and that will drop my ferritin. My ferritin will go down. I actually make more red blood cells on testosterone. So typically people worry about their hematocrit getting too high. My hematocrit's always right around 15.1, 15.3. It's good there. My ferritin levels dropped a little bit. And I kind of was getting a little bit of lightheaded and some dizziness. And so I started taking an iron supplement with vitamin C. So iron has to be taken with vitamin C in order to increase absorption. You should always make sure that it has vitamin C in it. But it's beets and spinach and something else in this. It's a natural one. It's not just synthetic iron. So I think that does make a difference on the absorption and being able to use it. Last 2 times I gave blood, my iron looked great. My hematocrit was right where it's supposed to be. So, along with whey protein, I do take a collagen protein. So I add it. It doesn't have as much protein in it, so there's littler scoops. I'll just throw 2 scoops of that into one of my whey proteins every day. Collagen If you have enough protein, supposedly you don't really need to take collagen, but I've got some loose skin and collagen is supposed to help that. Your collagen works with your skin's elasticity to kind of get it back into the shape it needs to go. And so I'm bumping it up and I'm gonna do it for a while. I just started like 3 weeks ago and I'm just gonna do it for a while and see if it helps. So that's everything I take in a day. That's pretty much all of the supplements I take. I also work out 6 days a week and I eat a 80-20 diet, 80% whole food, really good stuff, 20% pizza, fried chicken, cheeseburgers, the good stuff too. It's still hard work. Supplementation will get you a certain amount. If you are deficient, go get your blood work done. Go to the doctor and get your blood work done first. And I will say this, there's a lot of opinions about people who are using TRT and people who don't use TRT, and there's a very right and wrong feeling, especially online where everybody can be right or wrong. Everybody's allowed their opinion. I'm doing this for me because it works, because I feel so much better. I had a deficiency and this erased it. It reversed it. All the work that I was doing finally worked, right? All the effort I was putting into it, I finally got results. Here's me 1 year on TRT. This is working out occasionally and eating better, but not amazing. Here's me when I really got locked in. So you still have to do the work. If you are deficient, it will give you exactly what you need. I hope you have a great day. I hope you learned something, and we'll talk soon.